Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the star of our show, Terry.
What's up, music lovers? Welcome back to another electrifying episode of The Music and Me. As always, I'm your host, Terry, and today we are stepping into a genre that's not typically my go-to. But that's the beauty of this podcast and why I love doing it so much, because we get to explore and grow together. So buckle up because we're about to take a wild ride through the captivating world of rap music. Yes, you heard me right. Me, Terry, is talking about rap music. Now, I don't know a lot about rap music, which is why I wanted to do this episode. Rap isn't just music. It's a movement, a voice, a revolution. From its raw street poetry origins in the Bronx to its global megastar status today, rap has transformed, inspired, and shaken up the music scene in ways you can't even imagine. So whether you're a diehard fan or someone who's just curious about what all the hype is about, this episode is for you. We'll be hitting some of the major milestones in rap's history, from the pioneers who laid down the first beats to the chart-topping icons of today. So, get ready for a journey through the beats, the rhymes, and the powerful stories behind the music. Let's crank up the volume and dive in. And hey, don't forget to share this podcast with your friends, family, strangers. Let's spread the love for music far and wide. All right, everybody, let's get this rap party started. Pun intended there. Now, what exactly is rap music, you ask? Imagine a sonic roller coaster that whisks you through twists and turns of rhythm, rhyme, and raw emotion. It's a genre where the words become powerful weapons, spinning stories with poetic finesse while the beat pulses like the heartbeat of the city. Rap is a masterful blend of spoken word and musical magic, where artists flow over beats, delivering verses that can be as smooth as silk or as sharp as a razor. It's a cultural phenomenon that shatters barriers, gives a voice to the voiceless, and transforms everyday experiences into lyrical masterpieces. Whether it's the electrifying energy of a party anthem or the profound depth of social commentary, rap music is a dynamic, ever-evolving force that captures the vibrant essence of life. Now, let's learn how rap music evolved over the decades. I was genuinely curious about the whole genre of rap music, so that's why I am doing this episode and why I am very excited to learn about rap music, which is, something some of my friends listen to. And maybe this will help me learn to love rap music. You never know. That's why I like this podcast so much. It's helping me find different genres of music or artists or songs that I hadn't heard before, just because I want to learn about music. And I hope you're all learning and having a great time with me. All right, everybody, let's hop into our time machine and travel back to the 1970s. Picture this: the vibrant streets of the Bronx, New York. The air is electric, and there's an unmistakable buzz as the sun sets and the block parties begin. This is where the magic of rap began. In the heart of those block parties, you'll find the legendary DJ Kool Herc. Now, Herc wasn't just a DJ. He was a musical pioneer. Born Clive Campbell in Jamaica, Herc brought a little piece of his homeland to the Bronx. He was inspired by the Jamaican sound system culture, where DJs would throw massive outdoor parties, blasting reggae and dancehall music through powerful speaker systems. Herc's genius lay in his innovation. At these early hip-hop parties, he started something called breakbeat DJing. Basically, he noticed that the crowd went wild during the instrumental breaks of songs, those moments where the music stripped down just to the beats. So, Herc began to extend these breaks by using two turntables playing the same record and switching back and forth to keep the break going. This gave the dancers, the break dancers or B-boys and B-girls, more time to show off their moves. Imagine the scene. Kids spinning on their heads, flipping and popping to the rhythm of Herc's beats, the energy infectious, the excitement palpable. These block parties weren't just about music, they were a communal experience, a place where everyone came together to celebrate, to dance, and to feel alive. And here's a fun twist: Herc's style was heavily influenced by his Jamaican roots. In Jamaica, it was common for DJs, known as toasters, to rap or toast over the music, hyping up the crowd. Herc brought this toasting tradition to the Bronx, where it evolved into what we now recognize as rapping. So there you have it, the birth of rap, right there in the middle of the Bronx vibrant block party scene. Thanks to DJ Kool Herc and his revolutionary breakbeats, a new musical genre was born, one that would grow, evolve, and take the world by storm. All right, now, music lovers, we are speeding into the 1980s, a time when rap truly came into its own. This era, often known as the golden age of hip-hop, is where we see rap transform from its underground roots into a full-blown cultural phenomenon. So let's dive into the decade that brought us some of the most iconic artists and moments in hip-hop history. First up, we have the legendary Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. These guys weren't just about making music, they were making statements. Their groundbreaking track, The Message, dropped in 1982 and changed everything. With its raw, unfiltered look at life in the inner city, The Message showed the world that rap could be a powerful tool for social commentary. It wasn't just about the beats and the rhymes, it was about telling real stories and speaking truth to power. Now, let's talk about Run DMC. These pioneers didn't just push boundaries, they smashed them. In 1986, they teamed up with rock legends Aerosmith for a little track called Walk This Way. You might have heard of it. I actually have heard of this, okay? Walk This Way, great song. This collaboration wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural earthquake. The fusion of rock and rap not only broke genre barriers, but also brought hip-hop into the mainstream like never before. Run DMC, with their Adidas kicks and leather jackets, became the poster boys for a new rebellious era of music. And we can't discuss the 1980s without giving a shout out to LL Cool J, the charismatic powerhouse who burst onto the scene as a teenager. With hits like Rock the Bells and I Need Love, LL Cool J showed that rap could be both hardcore and heartfelt. His swagger and style helped solidify the credibility of Def Jam Recordings, the label that would become a cornerstone of hip-hop. Def Jam, founded by Rick Rubin and Russell Simmons, was home to many of the era's biggest stars and played a crucial role in shaping the sound of hip-hop. The golden age of hip-hop wasn't just about music, it was about a movement. It was a time when artists were finding their voices and using them to speak about issues that mattered. From the streets of New York to the mainstream charts, hip-hop was unstoppable. Now we're moving on to the 1990s, a decade where hip-hop didn't just evolve, it exploded. This was a time of raw energy, fierce rivalries, and some of the most iconic names in rap history. First up, we have the rise of gangsta rap. Picture the West Coast, sunny skies, and the gritty streets of Compton, where a group called NWA was changing the game. With their controversial and unapologetically raw lyrics, NWA brought the harsh realities of street life into the spotlight. Songs like Straight Outta Compton and F the Police weren't just hits, they were anthems of rebellion and social commentary. And then there was Dr. Dre, a key member of NWA who went solo and gave us the legendary album, The Chronic. This album wasn't just a collection of songs, it was a blueprint for West Coast rap. With its laid-back G-funk sound and the smooth, charismatic flow of a young Snoop Dogg, The Chronic cemented Dre's status as a hip-hop icon. Snoop Dogg's own debut album, Doggy Style, followed soon after, making him a household name and a mainstay in the rap scene. I love Snoop Dogg as a person. You know, I don't really listen to a lot of rap, as I said, but I love Snoop Dogg. I don't know if I know any of his songs right off, but, I just like Snoop Dogg. He's cool. While the West Coast was living it up, the East Coast was gearing up for battle. Enter the infamous East Coast versus West Coast rivalry, a feud that would define the 1990s. On the East Coast, we had the notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls, representing Brooklyn. With his impeccable storytelling and smooth flow, Biggie quickly rose to fame with hits like Juicy and Big Papa. He was the king of New York, no doubt about it. Meanwhile, over on the West Coast, Tupac Shakur was making waves with his raw talent and fiery persona. Songs like California Love and Changes showcase his lyrical prowess and deep emotional range. The tension between Biggie and Tupac, fueled by media hype and personal conflicts, turned into a full-blown rivalry, capturing the attention of fans worldwide. Unfortunately, this feud ended in tragedy, with the untimely deaths of both rappers, leaving a lasting impact on the hip-hop community. Among all this drama, there were other influential groups making their mark. A tribe called Quest emerged from Queens, New York, with a fresh, jazzy sound that was both innovative and introspective. Tracks like Can I Kick It and Scenario became instant classics, and their unique style influenced countless artists. And then there was Wu-Tang Clan, a force of nature from Staten Island. This group of nine incredibly talented MCs brought a raw, gritty energy to the scene with their debut album, Enter the Wu-Tang. Songs like Cream and Protect Ya Neck showcased their individual talents and collective power, making Wu-Tang a legendary name in hip-hop. The 1990s were a whirlwind of creativity, rivalry, and revolution in hip-hop. It was a decade where artists weren't just making music, they were making history. Now, I have a lot more to talk about through the years, but first, here's my interesting fact. Welcome to my interesting fact, rap and NASA. Yes, you heard that right. NASA engineers and scientists have swapped their lab coats for gold chains and turned their passion for space into some truly out-of-this-world rap videos. Who knew rocket science could have such a sick beat? Imagine this. You're scrolling through your social media feed and suddenly you see a NASA scientist dropping bars about black holes, Mars rovers, and the mysteries of the universe. These brainiacs aren't just launching spacecraft, they're launching rhymes and making STEM education as cool as the cosmos. One of the most famous examples is the We're NASA and We Know It parody, a hilarious and educational spin on LMFAO's hit song Sexy and I Know It. Instead of flexing muscles, these scientists are flexing their knowledge, rapping about satellites, telescopes, and the awesomeness of space exploration. The video went viral, proving that rap can make even the most complex scientific concepts fun and accessible. But NASA's rap game doesn't stop there. They've got a whole series of educational rap videos covering everything from the Curiosity rover's adventures on Mars to the intricate dance of celestial bodies. These raps are not only catchy, but also packed with information, making them a hit with students and educators alike. By blending rap with educational content, NASA has found a unique way to engage younger audiences and inspire the next generation of scientists, engineers, and explorers. It's proof that rap music isn't just about the streets, it can take you to the stars. So, the next time you think about space, remember that NASA's got some serious flow. They're not just breaking the sound barriers, they're breaking down barriers in education with a mic in one hand and a telescope in the other. Stay tuned because you never know when the next interstellar rap battle will drop. Now, back to our episode. Welcome back, music enthusiasts. Now, let's ride the wave into the 2000s, a decade where hip hop not only solidified its place in mainstream music, but also saw some of the biggest stars rise to astronomical heights. Buckle up as we explore the era that brought us lyrical geniuses, business moguls, and innovative trendsetters. First, let's talk about the phenomenon that is Eminem. Bursting onto the scene with his explosive album, The Slim Shady LP, in 1999, Eminem, aka Marshall Mathers, quickly became a household name. With his razor-sharp wit, intricate rhymes, and raw, often controversial lyrics, he shook up the rap world like never before. Songs like Lose Yourself and Stan showcase not only his lyrical prowess, but also his ability to tell compelling stories. Eminem's impact on the genre was immense, breaking barriers and proving that hip-hop was a universal language. Next up, we have Jay-Z. Already a respected rapper in the 90s, the 2000s saw Jay-Z transition from hip-hop artist to business mogul. With albums like The Blueprint and The Black Album, Jay-Z dominated the charts, but he didn't stop there. He co-founded Rockefeller Records, launched the Rockwear clothing line, and eventually became the president of Def Jam Recordings. Jay-Z's journey from the Marcy Projects to becoming a billionaire is the epitome of the American dream, and his influence on both the music and business world is undeniable. Now, let's dive into the world of Kanye West. Kanye started as a producer, crafting beats for artists like Jay-Z, but he quickly stepped onto the spotlight with his own debut album, The College Dropout. Kanye's unique sound, blending soul samples with innovative production techniques, set him apart from the crowd. As he evolved, so did his music, with albums like Late Registration, Graduation, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, showcasing his ever-expanding creativity. Kanye's influence on hip-hop and pop culture is immense, constantly pushing boundaries and redefining what it means to be an artist. And we can't forget the Southern rap explosion that took over the 2000s. Leading the charge were dynamic duos and solo acts that brought a fresh new sound to the genre. Outkast, with their eclectic style and infectious hits like Ms. Jackson and Hey Ya, proved that Southern rap was here to stay. Hey Ya is one of my favorite songs to dance to, and I don't know, I didn't consider it rap, but I guess it's rap, so that's cool. Lil Wayne, with his gritty voice and clever wordplay, became one of the most prolific rappers of the decade, dropping mixtape after mixtape and hit after hit. And then there was T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South, who brought us anthems like Whatever You Like and Live Your Life. These artists not only dominated the charts, but also showcased the diverse sounds and styles within hip-hop. The 2000s were a golden era where hip-hop truly became a global phenomenon. From Eminem's lyrical genius to Jay-Z's business acumen, Kanye's innovation, to the Southern rap takeover, this decade solidified rap's place at the forefront of popular music. Okay, people, we've made it to the 2010s and beyond, the era where rap takes over the world and shatters every musical boundary imaginable. Get ready for a wild ride as we explore the modern titans of hip-hop and the innovative sounds of today. First on our list is Drake, the man who's been dominating the charts for over a decade. Bursting onto the scene with his mixtape So Far Gone in 2009, Drake quickly became a household name. His knack for blending catchy hooks with introspective lyrics set him apart. Hits like Hotline Bling, God's Plan, and In My Feelings turned him into a global superstar. Drake's influence is undeniable. He's not just a rapper, he's a hit-making machine whose songs define the soundtrack of our lives. Then we have Kendrick Lamar, the poet laureate of hip-hop. Kendrick isn't just a rapper, he's a storyteller, a social commentator, and a lyrical genius. His albums like Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, and Damn are masterpieces that tackle issues of race, identity, and social justice. Songs like All Right and Humble aren't just tracks, they're anthems for a generation. Kendrick's impact goes beyond music. He's a voice for change and a beacon of authenticity in a world of noise. And let's not forget the rise of female rappers who've been breaking barriers and smashing records. Nicki Minaj, with her larger-than-life persona and rapid-fire flow, paved the way with hits like Super Bass and Anaconda. Then came Cardi B, whose meteoric rise to fame with Bodak Yellow and WAP showed the world that she's a force to be reckoned with. These queens of rap are not just artists, they're trailblazers who've changed the game and inspired a new generation of female MCs. As we step into the 2020s, the rap landscape continues to evolve. Artists like Travis Scott, Megan Thee Stallion, and Lil Nas X are leading the charge with their unique sounds and boundary-pushing creativity. Travis Scott's psychedelic beats and electrifying performances, Megan Thee Stallion's fierce bars and empowerment anthems, and Lil Nas X's genre-defying hits like Old Town Road are redefining what it means to be a rapper in the modern era. One of the most exciting trends in recent years is the blending of rap with other genres. We're in an age of genre fluidity, where artists are breaking down the walls between hip-hop, pop, rock, and more. From Post Malone's mix of rap and rock to Doja Cat's seamless fusion of hip-hop and pop, today's artists are proving that music knows no bounds. This melting pot of sounds is creating a vibrant, dynamic landscape where creativity thrives. The modern rap scene is a kaleidoscope of styles, voices, and stories. It's a place where artists can experiment, innovate, and express themselves in ways that we've never seen before. So there you have it. From the pioneers of the 1970s to the genre-blending innovators of today, rap has come a long way. All right, we've covered the beats, the rhymes, and the legends of hip-hop, but now let's dive into something truly special: the cultural impact and influence of rap. Get ready to explore how this genre has shaped fashion, language, and global culture like no other. First off, let's talk fashion. From the streets of New York to the catwalks of Paris, hip-hop style has left an indelible mark on the world of fashion. Think oversized hoodies, baggy jeans, and iconic sneakers. Brands like Adidas, Nike, and Puma owe much of their street cred to rappers who turned sportswear into a fashion statement. Artists like Run DMC made Adidas tracksuits cool, while Tupac Shakur's bandanas became a symbol of rebellion and solidarity. Hip-hop fashion isn't just about clothes, it's about self-expression and pushing the boundaries. And then there's the language. Hip-hop don't just bring beats and rhymes, it brought a whole new lexicon to the table. Words like dope, fresh, and lit went from the streets to the mainstream, thanks to rappers who turned slang into poetry. Whether it's Kendrick Lamar's intricate wordplay or Cardi B's unapologetic wit, hip-hop language is a melting pot of creativity and authenticity. It's a language that transcends borders and connects people from all walks of life. But perhaps the most profound impact of rap is its role in addressing social and political issues. From the civil rights movement to Black Lives Matter, hip-hop has always been a voice for the voiceless. Artists like Public Enemy with their anthem Fight the Power challenge systemic racism and oppression, which I talked about Fight the Power in my episode about songs about fighting for our rights. I'll link that one in the show notes if you want to go back and listen to it. Tupac Shakur's Changes tackled issues of poverty and injustice, while Kendrick Lamar's All Right became an anthem of hope and resilience for marginalized communities. Hip-hop isn't afraid to speak the truth, shining a spotlight on issues that society often ignores. Beyond America's borders, hip-hop has become a global phenomenon, influencing cultures and communities around the world. From Japan to South Africa, artists are putting their own spin on rap. blending local traditions with hip hop beats. It's a testament to the genre's universal appeal and its power to unite people across continents. Whether it's shaping fashion trends, revolutionizing language, or sparking social change, hip hop's cultural impact is undeniable. It's more than music, it's a movement, a way of life, and a voice for generations. All right, now let's talk about some of the most epic collaborations that have shaped the rap game and taken it to new heights. These partnerships weren't just about making music, they were about blending styles, pushing boundaries, and creating magic in the studio. One iconic collaboration that comes to mind is Walk This Way by Run DMC and Aerosmith. When these two powerhouse acts joined forces in 1986, they didn't just bridge the gap between rap and rock, they blew the doors wide open. With Run DMC's slick rhymes and Aerosmith's rock edge, Walk This Way became a crossover sensation and a game changer for both genres. Another unforgettable duo is Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Their collaboration on tracks like Nothing But a G-Thing in the early 90s defined West Coast rap. Dre's smooth production paired perfectly with Snoop's laid-back flow, creating an irresistible sound that captured the essence of California cool. And who could forget Jay-Z and Alicia Keys teaming up for Empire State of Mind in 2009? One of my favorite songs ever. This anthem to New York City became an instant classic, blending Jay-Z's lyrical prowess with Alicia Keys' soulful vocals. It wasn't just a song, it was a love letter to the city that never sleeps and a celebration of hometown pride. These collaborations aren't just about making hits, they're about forging bonds, sharing creative visions, and leaving a lasting legacy on the rap landscape. Now let's dive into a different side of the rap world, the feuds that have made headlines and shaped careers. From East Coast versus West Coast rivalries to personal beefs that spilled into wax, these conflicts weren't just about words, they were about pride, respect, and the intense passion that fuels the rap game. One of the most infamous feuds in rap history was between the notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur, which I mentioned earlier. What started as a friendship turned into a bitter rivalry that divided the rap world. Tracks like Hit 'Em Up and Who Shot Ya became battle anthems, sparking heated debates and leaving a mark on both artists' legacies. Another notable feud was between Jay-Z and Nas. Their lyrical sparring on tracks like Takeover and Either in the early 2000s became legendary. It wasn't just about who had the better bars, it was a clash of titans vying for the crown of New York's rap throne. These feuds, while intense and sometimes controversial, have also propelled artists to new heights of creativity and resilience. They've shown us the power of words, the importance of authenticity, and the impact of rivalry in shaping the rap landscape we know today. From collaborations that broke barriers to feuds that fueled the fire, rap music continues to evolve, driven by the passion and creativity of its artists. Whether it's unity or conflict, these dynamics remind us that rap isn't just music, it's a culture, a movement, and a reflection to the world around us. Now that we've delved into the rich history and evolution of rap, it's time to turn our attention to some of the genre's most popular and influential songs. These tracks not only define their respective eras, but also showcase the diversity and creativity that make rap music so dynamic. From the birth of hip-hop to the modern era, these tracks are more than just songs. They're cultural landmarks that have defined generations. Let's kick things off with a true classic, Rapper's Delight by the Sugarhill Gang. Released in 1979, this track was one of the first rap songs to hit the mainstream. With its infectious beat, catchy lyrics, and undeniable groove, Rapper's Delight introduced the world to the magic of hip-hop and set the stage for what was to come. Fast forward to 1982, and we have The Message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. This track wasn't just a song, it was a social commentary on the harsh realities of inner city life. With its haunting lyrics and powerful storytelling, the message became an anthem for change and paved the way for socially conscious rap. Jumping ahead to 1989, we encounter Fight the Power by Public Enemy. Bold, defiant, and unapologetic, this song became a rallying cry against systemic racism and oppression. With its blistering lyrics and explosive energy, Fight the Power challenged the status quo and inspired a generation to stand up and speak out. All right, now let's turn to the West Coast with Nothing But a G Thing by Dr. Dre featuring Snoop Dogg, released in 1992. This track epitomized the laid-back G-funk sound of the 90s, blending smooth beats with Snoop's effortless flow. It became an anthem for West Coast rap and solidified Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg as icons in the game. In 1994, the Notorious B.I.G. dropped Juicy, a rags to riches story that captured the essence of the American dream. With its soulful sample and Biggie's introspective lyrics, Juicy became a timeless ode to overcoming adversity and achieving success against all odds. Fast forward to 2002, and we have Eminem's Lose Yourself. Featured in the movie 8 Mile, this track became an anthem for seizing opportunities and never giving up. With its intense lyrics and powerful delivery, Lose Yourself solidified Eminem as one of the greatest lyricists of his generation. In 2017, Kendrick Lamar dropped Humble, a bold and unapologetic proclamation of self-confidence and authenticity. With its minimalist beat and thought-provoking lyrics, Humble challenged listeners to embrace imperfection and reject societal expectations. And who could forget God's Plan by Drake, released in 2018. This track wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon. With its infectious melody and Drake's signature charm, God's Plan became an anthem of generosity and gratitude, inspiring listeners to pay it forward. Finally, in 2020, Megan Thee Stallion unleashed Savage, a fierce declaration of self-empowerment and unapologetic femininity. With its bold lyrics and infectious energy, Savage became an anthem for women everywhere, celebrating strength, independence, and resilience. And that, everybody, wraps up our journey through the vibrant world of rap music. From its humble beginnings in the Bronx to becoming a global cultural force, rap has shown us the power of rhythm, rhyme, and revolution. We've explored the pioneers, the anthems, and the moments that have shaped generations. But our musical adventure doesn't stop here. Next week, get ready to groove as we dive into my favorite dance scenes from the movies and the infectious songs that make them unforgettable. From classic movies to modern beats, we're going to celebrate the magic of dance on screen. And you know how I love dance. You won't want to miss it. Until then, keep the music in you alive and share the rhythm with everyone around you. Stay tuned for more and keep dancing. Peace out, everyone. This has been the Music in Me podcast. Subscribe now so you don't miss a beat.